let's talk about Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire. I did get a chance to watch it. Some of y'all might have seen um, my early reaction for it, where I basically said that it was fun, it was cool, but I wanted to go a little bit deeper about that because I think some people, excuse me, might have taken um, my reaction maybe the wrong way. I might have looked into it a little bit differently. So I do want to talk about it real quick. So basically, as a introduction or soft intro, you have a new threat presenting itself in the Monsterverse. And it's going to take the combined forces of Kong and Godzilla to neutralize this new threat that could, potentially take over the world, right? So, okay, basically, listen, it's a monster movie. Ain't gonna be nothing deep in this. But let's kind of talk about like some of the good stuff that happened. You know what? Let's see. I think that my favorite thing, this is the number one thing that I was looking for a long time, and I'm glad that they finally did it. They put some respect on my boy Kong's name. Okay, Kong finally got the respect that he always deserved. Because in the last Kong versus Godzilla movie, all they did was make that man take L's. All he was doing was taking L's left and right, and I did not appreciate it. So I loved the fact that when it was his time to shine, boy, Kong wasn't playing with nobody. Okay, he was not playing around at all. But what I loved the most was the fact that we actually got to see a lot of his growth and development through some of the fights that he would do. So, for example, you would see him get into a fight, possibly with other monsters. But what they did in a very creative way was show you his character, show you what Kong stands for because of why he would fight. And that to me, I was like, see, this proves that we don't always need all these humans in these type of movies, because you're showing us this creature's mindset, you're showing us his mentality, why he's fighting, how he's fighting. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was really cool. And then you also had there was like a baby Kong or whatever. I think that was in the trailers. So this is clearly playing off of the other previous movies, Son of Kong. Now I'll just say this: his dynamic with Kong is pretty funny. I really enjoyed it. I had a really good time laughing at how they interacted with each other. And I'm not gonna say it was all cute and funny. And listen, I just thought it was hilarious. So I enjoyed little baby mini Kong, whatever you want to call him. I thought that was pretty cool. As for Godzilla, I really love the fact that they basically stayed consistent with the fact that Godzilla is just a force of nature. Godzilla ain't here for the laughs. He's not here for the chuckles, the kiki ha-has. No, Godzilla got one goal and one goal in mind, and that is to make sure everybody knows this is his. He has to make sure ain't gonna be no more threats, that this is his kingdom, and that's it. So I like the fact that they kept him just a force of nature and just a pure menace, and that was it. Let's see, another positive thing, and this might actually be a bit of a surprise. I didn't see this coming, but I thought the humans were actually not that annoying. Like, usually, y'all know I got a problem with the humans, right? The humans are usually the most annoying part of the story because they be distracting. They sitting here talking about their drama and all this other nonsense that don't nobody care about. But this time around, the humans were not that bad. They were not that bad. So I actually give them props for that, for making sure that, they didn't completely get in the way. Now, I wouldn't say that we could still use less humans. We could still use less, but they weren't that bad. The other last thing, I think the world building here was actually pretty cool. I really liked the exploration of more of Hollow Earth and the visuals the visuals were pretty cool here. Just the colors, just the sights, all of that stuff. You see Godzilla basically going Super Saiyan here, God mode here. But that I thought was pretty cool in terms of like the world building and the imagery. I thought that was pretty dope. How they handled that. But now we gotta talk about what was bad. So I told y'all that yes, the humans and stuff were not as bad, but they still had some problems. And it wasn't just because they were there, it was really because of all the myth and scientific building that they were doing, the technology and stuff. A lot of this stuff really started to get a little overly complicated. I thought so much to the point that it started to become a distraction because I was like, wait, what? How did this happen? Wait, what is it? Okay, how does this work? Wait, okay, so the rules of physics change here and this, that, wait, what? Like the whole time I was like, wait, can the monsters just fight? Like I just want to see the monsters fight. Like I came in with my brain turned off. I don't have time to figure out this new crazy science physics stuff that y'all talking about. Where the monsters at? That's all I was really thinking at that point, So the science and stuff didn't really work out for me. I don't think that it was all that good. And here's the thing. Yes, we're here for the monsters. Yes, we're here for the fights. This was the one job. And I want to say that mostly it worked, but my God, some of the fights in here came off so corny. I mean, the only thing that was missing was for Godzilla and Kong to just be in a ring with some ropes and just do some high off the rope elbow drops. That's all that was missing. Because when you have a monster doing literal WWE wrestling moves, now I'm already in a state of suspended belief. We're seeing big monsters fight. But when you get that corny with it, when you get that cheesy with it, like now I'm like rolling my eyes. Why are they doing this? What's next? Kong gonna do the people's elbow? Like, what are we doing? Like that's where it started to kind of get me out of it a little bit. I was like, man, one of the best things, and this was in Kong Skull Island. I love it when you allow these big monsters to fight the way those monsters will fight. If you're gonna have a big ape, show me how apes fight. We have plenty of National Geographic films that let us know how apes fight. Okay, just boom, 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 crush your head, throw a rock, do something, like that. But the more humanistic type of movements that you give us, the less believable this already unbelievable situation becomes. So I had an issue with that getting all cheesy and corny. And then the last but not least, my goodness, this enemy, this Scar ape or whatever. I called him King Louie, from the Jungle Book. Woo, man, talk about underwhelming. That was not a good villain, in my opinion. I did not like him at all. I thought that he was kind of weak. I thought, judging by the trailers, that he was going to be a formidable enemy that was so bad that you would need, Kong and Godzilla to fight against. And what I didn't like was the gimmick that they gave him that made him formidable, because that gimmick, I wasn't feeling it. So to me, the villain overall was definitely underwhelming, and not a great part for this film, to make it, as good as it could have been, right? But when it comes to the overall, for Kong X Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire, look, it was fun, even though it was flawed. But I think it was a good, decent addition to the Monsterverse. I think this movie delivers on its promise for, big monster battles. but it does kind of fall short in a couple of areas. I mean, listen, while you get more monsters, so that's great. It's great that we get more monsters, but the quality of their interactions, the complexity of the plot, it does kind of leave more to be desired. And having like all that over the top scientific stuff, what it reminded me of was it was like Tenet. Tenet seemed like a dope concept. Ooh, time travel. Ooh, a spy thriller. Could have been nice and basic, right? But then all the over the top science nerdy stuff, it became distracting. And I was just like, yo, I got a headache just trying to follow this. I don't even know what's going on in the story. So this is one of the reasons why I was saying in my reaction that this movie felt like Christopher Nolan and WWE came together to make a movie, because that's how it felt. It felt like you took this over the crazy nerdy science and just ridiculous cheesy wrestling storyline and moves, and you put monsters in a big ring, and that was it. So when it comes to the rating for Godzilla X Kong New Empire, I got to give this a 6.5 out of 10. It's fine. It's entertaining. Like if you just want to see some monsters fight, they fight. Is this the best fight that I've seen? No. And for those of you that are wondering, hell no, this doesn't live up to Godzilla -1. Not even close. Like this don't even need to be in the same sentence. Matter of fact, I apologize for even bringing this up in the conversation, because it does not even need to be in the same space. But no, it doesn't compare. But listen, I would say if you want to do a matinee, you know what I'm saying? If you don't mind, sure, go check it out. It's okay. It's not something I will ever go back and rewatch. But I had a decent time with it. It was all right. But anyway, if you have seen Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire, or if you plan on watching it, come on back to this video. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. If you're new here and you like what you see, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss out the next time I drop a video. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.